Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Great Malabite, good morning.
Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rufai.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Victoria Tundu MKO Abiola.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
Yes, always as bright and beautiful as ever.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of records. The lead story, Southeast governors establish Ebube regional security outfit to rout criminals. Ask security agencies to submit requirements to fight crime, restate ban on open grazing. The News Direct is also reporting this story as its lead story. Insecurity, Southeast governors constitute joint security outfit, ban open grazing. Igbo wants equity, fairness, justice, not Biafra. Uzodinma, yes, at last. The Southeast governors, I don't want to say they have woken up from their slumber, but at last, they are also going to establish this security outfit, Ebube. Now, from the reports, the headquarters of this body will be in Enugu, a regional outfit. Recall how Amoteku ran into a hitch when the issue of law came in that there is no Western region, so you cannot have one security network for the whole of Western Nigeria. And of course, the states had to do the needful by each state, with each state passing a law on Amoteku. I hope the Southeast governor will take a look at the procedure and processes that eventually led to the formal takeoff of Amoteku. But other questions arise. What happens to the Eastern Nigeria, the Eastern Security Network, which has been in place, put in place by IPOB and others, which many Igbos have said were doing a good job. But of course, they have also been having brushes with the security agencies. What will happen between the Eastern Security Network and the men of Ebube? I'm sure the governors will try to smoothen all these rough edges before they take off, so that we don't have a situation where security network versus Ebube becomes the order of the day. Yes, Ebube. So I think they will have to smoothen the rough edges and come out with something plain. I hope this is not a knee-jerk approach that the Southeast governors have suddenly woken up to security issues, because when the rest of Nigeria were talking about Amoteku and hailing the Southwest governors, some of the governors in the Southeast were rubbing shoulders, hobnobbing with the immediate past IG, talking about community policing, that nobody understood what they were going to bring to the table. But let's just quickly look at other issues. Of course, insecurity. The Daily Times, bandits kill 8, behead 1, Boko Haram hits UN facility, murders 4 in Borno. While the Daily Trust reporting that same story, 6 killed, UN hub. Others destroyed in Borno. Attacks affect 8,800 IDPs, 76,000 residents, 7 killed, 5,000 displaced in Adamawa border village. Women, girls abducted. Southeast governors launch Operation Ebube. Now, this in itself, while we're hailing the military for their increased and coordinated response in attacking the insurgents, but the insurgents expectedly are choosing soft targets to continue to make their presence felt in the Northeast. I'm sure the government of the day will also respond to this. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria's The Guardian newspaper, gas constraints keep Nigerians in darkness amid 203 trillion cubic feet reserve. How fiscal pricing regimes undermine Nigerians' gas development. Financial liquidity stalled 6,000 megawatts worth of gas needed for power. Despite tariff increase, Genco's remittances below 30%. Yes, the story of the Nigerian power sector, in spite of even the unbundling and the privatization of the discos and Gencos. Now, the Punch newspaper, rising debt, DMO blames COVID-19, experts say borrowing from CBN dangerous. US, UK, other countries borrowed more as a result of COVID-19, says DMO. Printing money will lead to hyperinflation. Former Chartered Institute of Insurance of Nigeria Director General. We are not aware of printing 60 billion naira as Obaseki claimed, says CBN federal government. Yes, Obaseki has dropped that bombshell, and I'm sure before long it will continue to reverberate until we get to the roots of the matter. Abuja Inquirer, the newspaper, Abuja City newspaper. How powerful forces stalled banks' eviction from Maitama. 7-day ultimatum falls flat. Banks are untouchable. 1 month after that ultimatum was given by the FCT administration, the banks and other businesses operating along the popular Ghana area are still very much there. Now, the foreign newspapers quickly, the Times of UK, Philip's death left a void in Queen's life. Royal family rally around monarch with heartfelt tributes as grandfather of the nation. Yes, Prince Andrew paying that tribute to his father, saying that indeed Britain has lost the grandfather of the nation. Now, the Washington Post newspaper, CEOs prioritize voting rights. Firms weigh action against state bills. Over 100 discuss halting donations investment. Yes, more than 100 chief executive officers and corporate leaders gathered over the weekend to consider the bills being considered in a number of states to constrict voting. And of course, their response and their opposition, they will make known in due course, and they are considering halting donations to politicians who support the bill, including that has been signed into law in Georgia. And of course, they will also delay investment to states that are pushing for this. I cannot believe that in America, they are trying to constrict voting rights. And
the Republicans.
Wonders shall never end. But it's in America. The Americans, whether it's Republicans, it doesn't matter. It's happening in America. Ruben Rufai.
It's the second coming of Jim Crow. It's disgraceful.
I mean, they do that every time. Apart from this is publicly trying to constrict voting rights. There's also something they do called gerrymandering. The way the districts are positioned, who gets what? It's a big deal in America. But I just quickly want to go to that front page. I think it was one of the British newspaper that was talking about David Cameron said, I did no wrong. David Cameron, wake up. You did wrong. You are a lobbyist. He
said all he did wrong was send a text message.
Send a text message. Could you send that text message, if not because of your privileged position?
If any, you've taken up all the time. I would have loved to comment on Ebube, the glory of a lion, or the greatness of a lion, the security outfit proposed by Southeast governors. But there will be another time for that. Thank you very much.